Yes, go ahead.
Great. Good evening. This is the March 19 to 2025 regular meeting of the New Canaan Police Commission, Town of New Canaan Police Commission. The first item is on the agenda is minutes from the previous meeting of February 19th. Any additions or corrections on that?
None here.
Yeah, I didn't see any. All right, motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
I second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Mm.
Good. Number topics for discussion. Okay, first one is caffeine and carburetors. Doug, you're here. Doug Zumwalt in the room. What would you like to discuss on caffeine and carburetors?
Well, we're looking for the department's approval for the two dates that we have on our calendar, June 22nd in town, October 19th at Waveney. Approval to move ahead with the events.
And Paul, we've met with Doug multiple times already, and we're in the planning and everything's being coordinated as usual with our input. So we have no objections to it and supportive of it.
Okay, great. Any other town comments from town hall? None, huh?
No, we're working with the town hall and this is just part of the approval.
Great.
We met with Parks and Rec the other night. We had unanimous approval.
Yeah.
Just let you know.
Okay, great. Okay, any discussion with the commissioners?
I would just note that I was at a dinner the other night with some town leaders. John was there. And people were talking about the event and that it's a spectacular event that you've created.
Thank
You
you.
deserve credit.
Appreciate it.
It's an extraordinary event and people coming from very far with all their incredible cars. And someone said, yeah, there's probably $1 billion worth of cars that come into town. And, it's not something that you're making money on. You did it for the benefit of the town. And I think you deserve enormous credit.
Well, thank you.
And thanks.
Appreciate it.
I agree. I think it's put the town on the map as well. And to people, to a section of people who probably wouldn't come up here, right? From New Jersey or from, I mean, how far away do people come? What's the farthest you think?
We've had New Hampshire, Maine, Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Right, they'll
Long
turn it
Island.
they turn it into a weekend event or something, which is great. And it should drive, just our profile a little higher in a positive way. So, all right, need a motion to approve caffeine and carburetors, the June 22nd and October 19th event dates.
So
Motion-
moved.
I
Second,
second.
okay, all those in favor? Aye,
Aye.
good. Got that. Thank you, Doug.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. all of you.
No, you're welcome to stay.
My wife, dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, thank you.
All
Thanks,
right,
Doug.
you're welcome. Thank you, Doug. All right, item B, 2B, Special Olympics event, June 6th. Who is going to talk about that?
Officer Coughlin.
Is she here?
Yes.
He is online, yep.
There you are. Hey. Good to see
Hello,
you.
good evening.
Good evening. And you would like to use the area formerly known as the pop-up. Right? Which is great. And that would be June 6th. Can you talk to us about that for just a little bit?
Yes. So the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run is a great event that's gone on for a long time to unify law enforcement officers from all over the country with Special Olympics athletes. And it's a huge fundraiser for Special Olympics, especially in Connecticut. So the Law Enforcement Torch Run involves police officers carrying a literal torch to kick off their summer Olympic event games. And it's carried throughout the whole state of Connecticut. And we've been fortunate the last 2 years to be able to run through New Canaan with the torch. And we will be doing so again this year. And I would love to be able to do the same kind of kickoff event that we had last year to draw awareness, do a little bit of fundraising, and have people in the community be able to see part of the run from downtown.
That'd be great. And what would they do? What's the route? Just down South Avenue towards Darien?
Yes. Yeah, so it starts right at South and Elm and goes down South Ave to Darien.
Excellent. Well, thank you for doing this again. I really appreciate it, Kelly. Any questions for Kelly? None. All right.
One here.
I'm sorry. Motion to approve the.
So move.
Ron?
I second.
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Excellent. Thank you again, Kelly. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And it'll be in the morning time, late morning again, but once I have confirmation, I can get you the exact time period.
Yeah, that's fine. We can adjust it accordingly. But yeah, in that area is a great meeting point that everybody in town seems to recognize as a sort of a central area to meet in. So thank you.
Thanks.
Great.
Thank
Item C, outside employment request. Deputy Chief Walsh.
Sure. I'm seeking your blessing, the commission's blessing, to explore part-time outside employment as a private consultant. I've had a few informal inquiries if I was interested. It's something I'd like to explore, things based on policy, procedure, management, leadership, security. Nothing that I would be doing on hours. It would be all beyond my off-duty time. And I would like to explore the opportunities. So if you were so willing, then I would like to do that.
Okay. Any discussion from the commissioners?
What kind of hours would you be thinking of?
Yeah.
It would just be in my off time after hours.
Yeah.
My off time or the weekends or whenever I was off duty.
But I mean, in terms of aggregate hours in the week, yeah.
Nothing over part-time. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Motion to approve then the outside employment requests from Deputy Chief Walsh.
So moved.
I
Second.
second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Item D, outside employment request from Lieutenant Ferraro. Is Jason there or I just sort of
Yeah.
read it? Chief, you want to just talk about that for a second?
Jason's here.
Yeah, he's online, but
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, Lieutenant, I didn't. Hey,
No,
Lieutenant.
I submitted good afternoon, good evening. It's a part-time employment with Leo Most Management. It's provide executive protection, driving for executives. So it would be off-duty time, evenings or weekends, or whenever my weekends fall. Probably 8 to 16 hours a week, if that. So that's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Any questions for Lieutenant Ferraro? Chief, anything there? Nothing? You good?
just wondering where he's going for a walk, but.
Yeah,
no,
where are
Other
you?
than that, he's all good.
Yeah.
Trying to get my steps in.
Good for you. All right, motion to approve outside employment request for Lieutenant Ferraro.
So moved.
I
Second?
second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. All right,
Aye.
3-0. There you go, Jason.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
Have a good night. Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And Kelly, you don't have to stay on, Kelly, if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome to, but you don't need to stay on.
Item E, college course approval for Lieutenant Milligan. Lieutenant Milligan is finishing up a business administration course, correct? Master's in business, his master's course, okay. Is John on?
He is not. It's
Okay.
just a normal.
He doesn't need to be. I just didn't want to ignore him if he was on. I think it's always a good idea to keep to stay in school and to get your master's in business or others. So I'm in favor. Any other discussion? All right, motion to approve the reimbursement request for Lieutenant Milligan.
So moved.
And a
second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Got it. Good.
And that's just course approval. That's not a reimbursement request. So
Right,
Just-
that's right.
just for the minutes.
Yeah, I request he's requesting reimbursement for my course, right?
Yes, I
It will
request
be
reimbursement.
eventually, but he's still got to take the course. He's,
Oh, yeah, you gotta, and and it has to be successfully completed. Yes. Yeah. And not just pay any.
just semantics, but he's
No,
requesting course approval at this time.
correct. Thank you. College course approval for Sergeant Lopez, item F. Sergeant Lopez is his fourth course towards his master's degree in cyber threat intelligence. Awesome. Any discussion on this?
I would just note that I think this is very important. You know, I'm told that cybercrime and financial crimes are proliferating
Yep.
throughout the county and elsewhere. And so, you know, greater expertise in the area just seems like a great idea to me.
Agreed. I agree. Okay, motion to approve.
So moved.
I second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. That's good.
Aye.
Chief, letters of appreciation.
You want to approve the invoices first or?
Oh, yeah, I crossed that off and I jumped ahead. Approval of uniform clothing invoices and reimbursements. I went through them, y'all went through them. I have no issues with them. Any thoughts, commissioners?
None here.
None here. Okay, now everybody's, they all seemed in order. Motion to approve the uniform and clothing invoices and reimbursements that pertain to this meeting, March 19th, 2025. Motion to approve.
So moved.
A second.
I second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye, good. Sorry. All right, H, letters of appreciation.
So you'll see a couple of letters from Sergeant Caponera for some of his people. First, Officer Erica Morey. She's done a really good job with some key investigations. To your point, Commissioner, fraud is rampant. And these investigations are often very burdensome, very time consuming, oftentimes lead to a dead end, but some of our officers pursue them diligently and get some leads that are viable and can follow up on and can make some arrests or at least recover some of the money for some of the victims. Or at least reduce the loss that the victims are suffering. So there's a couple of fraud investigations that she conducted that did a very good job and was able to work and develop some suspects and make an arrest. And it was over, I think the original call came in early 24. So it's a several month investigation that was quite in depth and detailed. She did a very, very good job with that. And then the second letter was for Officer Chanella, very similar situation. Officer Chanella has got a lot of responsibilities, SRT, motorcycle unit, and FTO and dispatcher. But during his time, he's conducted several key investigations for fraud. One of where a check was stolen for an amount of $50,000 and was able to get an arrest warrant signed for that. Another fraud investigation, and then did a really good job with us during the most recent field training officer program. Had a few new officers come through, and we leaned heavily on Officer Chanella to, among other FTOs, but did a really good job. Put a lot of hours in, and that's a difficult role to fill, to ride with somebody every shift, 8 hours, and have somebody next to you and have to show them the ropes and be responsible for them. There's no downtime. There's no alone time. You're just constantly on and have to be on top of your game. So it is very, very exhausting, but did a very good job with it for us at the same time of working on some of these cases. So good for both of those officers. Good to hear those reports.
No, that's terrific. Thank you. And thank them. Any other comments, commissioners?
I just had one question.
Yeah.
First, congratulations to the officers for great work done. With regard to the stolen check, the suspect is being prosecuted for larceny third and forgery second. Also, I believe it's a federal crime to steal from a mailbox. Do they also prosecute the federal crime as well?
We don't. That's something that the postmaster would. I don't know that that's ever really been pursued by.
Do we hand that on to the
FBI is not going to bother with that. To be honest.
Okay, that's who you would send it to, the FBI?
Yeah, that's a low level infraction for the FBI that they could, just.
Low level, but it's happening more and more. People are all getting their checks stolen and,
They have a high threshold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think it just points out the fact that, you just shouldn't mail a check for $50,000 to anybody, they have
No,
wire
best practices, if you have to mail a check.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. It's just,
Do we refer it over anyway, even though we don't think they'll prosecute? Do we refer to them
For going into somebody's mailbox? No.
for stealing mail out of a mailbox?
Well, that's what we.
Do we refer it to the FBI? Just
We have referred it to the
Yeah.
postmaster. The US Postal Service has their own investigators as well. We've referred those cases to them before, and they've traditionally not taken them
right.
unless there's an interstate nexus. Where
Right,
there's
right,
a
right,
crew
right.
going around
Okay.
that they can identify.
And
the same people.
they're more focused on, a lot of the thefts are occurring from their postal bins, the mailboxes,
Right.
and they have some, keys that have been made fraudulently that can get into
Right.
those. So they investigate kind of that level.
Right.
When those are, but just from a residential mailbox, they
Yeah.
really don't
Okay.
entertain those too much.
okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to I, building renovation update. Have you been through it lately again, chief, or?
I haven't, Deputy Chief Walsh went last week. I haven't been there since they were still just about to start cleaning up, but I think they pulled up the protective covering of the carpets and they're.
Yeah, it looks great.
Wrapping up.
Everything looks really good in the building.
Yeah.
Captain Frank has been doing a great job of working with Turner Construction and making sure all the little parts and pieces that we need to adapt and the small changes are done. One piece of good news today is that Sorinex Gym is just wrapping up just now in installing the vast majority of the gym equipment in the gym, which looks great. And that'll be up for a tour pretty soon. However, there's one piece of equipment that has to be delivered next week. So it's not fully done today, but it's very complete. It's just about
Excellent. Great to hear.
95%.
And we're getting to the point of where we're just kind of fine tuning things, where we're looking at, some rooms and how they're configured, and we need to move things, cabinet here, cabinet there, just the minor details that, are coming into sharp focus now. So, but we're still well ahead of schedule and under budget. So nothing that we're seeing that's going to really impact the final budget. Might be a few small change orders coming up here and there, but everything's be on track.
When are
Good.
you guys moving?
Should be June 3rd. June 3rd is the scheduled date for the 911 system and the dispatching, and that's the key date where we can say we're officially live and working there. I imagine the weeks before that we'll be moving some of our offices and whatnot through there, and some of the weeks after. But the go live date right now on paper is June 3rd.
Is there-
Excellent.
I don't know. I think they're going to defer that to the building committee if we're going to do ribbon cutting or some sort of
Yes.
formal
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
I imagine we will.
Okay. Good.
I mean, it's coming down to now, where do placards go? How is the outside going to be, the plantings and things like that, which is a great stage to be in, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some discussion of the shed out and back. What do we want to do with that? Do we want one, not want one? We're working, you all are working through that. And then
Yeah.
there's just some columns being constructed around the kind of the metal posts out in the back to make it look a little bit more complete and appealing. So, which is, fortunately pretty minor at this point. So all good stuff.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, Chief, monthly reports, please.
Okay, budget, we are operating right now at 62% for PD and right around 58% for animal, which is about where we should be this time of year. We've got a few months left of the budget, so hopefully we'll come in on target.
Yep.
Monthly statistics, nothing crazy to report, no crazy deviations from last year to date. One note, our motor vehicle stops are up considerably, which is good to see. Our officers are very active out there, stopping cars, which is very, very good to deter the other criminals coming into town, or at least have a chance to identify some of our criminals that are coming through. So having a high visibility enforcement is important for us. Our staffing report, surprisingly, is we were operated at minimum shift 42.5% in the month of February, which was the lowest in the past 3 years that I can see. That's a great trend. Hopefully we can continue that, and hopefully we'll see that low number reflected in our overtime budget. So if we continue that trend, that would be fantastic. I'm not sure exactly why. Hopefully it's not just a blip, but we'll see next month where we're going. But the past few months we've kind of been trending down, 66% in December, 57 in January, and here we are at 42 now in February. So hopefully we'll keep that track.
Excellent. Good.
False alarms and extra duty, those are all pretty much status quo. They've been. False alarms still continues to look to be in pretty good shape. Grand total for false alarms is 17,000, which is very, very good for us considering where it's been. Extra duty, I think it looks like some of those numbers are coming down from some of those construction companies. And I do know that Tiger's working closely with them to get them to pay up, and they will. They're just sometimes it takes some time. But other than that, it's pretty good.
There's a couple of just big ones there.
I mean, they're doing a lot of work, and that's just the nature of it. But Tiger is reaches out to them frequently.
Yeah, it's just when it gets to 120 days, it's concerning for any receivable. So
and they're well-established companies that do a lot of business with us, so they're not going to go into business and skip town on their bills. We're not too worried.
Got it. Okay. State of the department.
Yes, we've identified our Officer of the Year as Jeff Pollock.
Excellent.
Nominated by his peers and his supervisors, just doing an all-around outstanding job for our department. Very dependable officer, dispatcher. If you ever hear him on the radio, he's very calm and reassuring and consistent. Consistently shows up to work, does a great job for us, can be relied on to do just about anything for us. He's also a car seat technician, so we're glad to see him and glad to recognize him.
Excellent. Well, please congratulate him for us as well.
Yeah, and we'll have a formal ceremony that we'll let you know when it is. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Any other business?
That's all I have.
That's all I have. Any others, commissioners?
None here.
Nothing here. Okay, motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
I
Second.
second.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, and we'll see you soon. See you next month.